What's going on, world? It's your boy Judah. Welcome back to the Game of Emotions podcast.
That's right.
I am here with my boo, my poo to my left hand side, my ride or die.
Hey, that's me. I'm Shanice. Nice to see y'all again.
Hey, so it's just me and Pooh today.
Yes.
Micah is off on another whirlwind adventure.
That is true. It's another adventure.
Yeah, so Micah baby is out doing that thing on a little vacay.
Right. Ugh,
And as y'all know, Mari's at school,
yes.
so he's not with us today. But it's all good because
That's
me and
right.
Pooh we gonna hold it down.
We are
We gonna
just
hold
the
it
two
down.
of us.
We have a great. I was about to start singing, but we're gonna get right into it. So what we're going to talk about today is confidence. Confidence is not born. Confidence
That's
is
right.
built. I'm gonna repeat
Right.
that. Confidence is built, is not born. And we're going to give you some major keys for beginner entrepreneurs to help you build your confidence. So what we do is we help beginner entrepreneurs focus over their emotions. We're not here to teach you strategy. We're not here to teach you how to get money, get grants. We're not here to teach you sales. We're not here to
Right.
teach you marketing. We're not here to teach you any of that. We're here to teach you the most important part when it comes to entrepreneurship, especially as a beginner. And what is that? The mental, emotional aspect
That's right.
of entrepreneurship that you need so you can apply the information that you have right now. The information you have right now, I guarantee you, if you were to apply that consistently, you would be a lot further along than where you are right now.
That's right.
Now, what qualifies us to talk to you about entrepreneurship?
That's a really good question. Why
It's
don't you tell them?
Yeah, so I'm gonna hop into it really quick, and then we're gonna get into the word for today.
Right.
But we really want to communicate and share what qualifies us and what credentials that we have that gives us authority, and also I will go as far as to say the right to teach this
Right.
aspect of entrepreneurship. So for me personally, I'm a car salesman. I've been in car sales for 8 years. I've been at the same dealership for 8 years. I work for Volkswagen. I also in that 8 years have sold just over 1,700 cars. And for the last 6 of the 8 years, I finished in the top 10 in sales in the state of Georgia when it comes to new cars. And also in 2021, I sold the most cars, according to what I was told in store history, at 36 and a half cars. Now, yes, I do work for Volkswagen, but if you understand anything about sales, especially car sales, that is the most entry level position of entrepreneurship.
Right.
Because anytime you're dealing with a pay structure when if you don't sell, you don't make any money, that's entrepreneurship. That is the grassroots basic foundation of any entrepreneur. If it's $100 million company, if it's a
That's
$1
right.
company,
That's right.
if you're not making sales, you're not making money, and that's how entrepreneurship goes.
Right.
And that's what qualifies me and gives me the credentials to share this information. And also, we do have our very first testimony too.
We do.
We got our very first result
We
in.
do.
But I'm gonna let Pooh give her credentials, and then we'll hop into the testimony really quick.
Oh, wow. So to hear all that, boy, I tell you, it's a lot of good
It is.
stuff.
But but
Ooh-wee.
Pooh resume, a man. Pooh resume is educationally, professionally gangster.
Oh, that's real.
For real.
That's real.
For real.
I like that. Well, so I've actually been a school counselor for about 10 years. Of course, I have my bachelor's in early childhood education, my master's in school counseling, and I'm actually finishing up my specialist in professional counseling. Looking to be licensed, so LPC, licensed professional counselor. So focus will be on, of course, still trying to figure all that stuff out, but in the realm of mental health, I've done social emotional with students.
Yeah.
even with adults,
Yes,
surprisingly,
for sure.
because there would be times where, you know, teachers would come to me and I would have to say, listen, you're going to have to cut me a check because this advice is not for free. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's real.
But seriously, I mean, I had to, you know, follow the code of ethics and things of that sort. But yeah, I mean, it's been a journey and I love what I do. And so as we're talking about entrepreneurship and we're talking about credentials and we're talking about why we are qualified to talk about what we're talking about to you all, is because we've seen the results. We've seen people's lives being changed just by practicality and simplicity.
Yeah.
And it does have a lot to do with your mental health. So,
Yes.
you know, we're strictly that. We're strictly just focusing over our emotions, but just tapping into that emotional intelligence and just letting you all understand what it is and what it means to be stable, have a sober mind. And so you can achieve greatness.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you achieve that greatness by applying just the basic information.
That's right.
But you cannot consistently apply the basic information if you're not mentally and emotionally consistent and stable. Let me get into this testimony that we got, and then we'll get into the rest of the podcast. So he said, the McCourts was my first coach. One of the things they taught me about emotions was to process moves from where I want to be, not where I currently am. It took God, patience, and practice. But since then, I have been able to sit down in meetings with real estate investors, doing about 50 million in real estate deals, a founder who did a $1 billion exit, and I've partnered with a private equity firm backed by millions of dollars in capital.
Right.
He said, it's not about the dollar amount. It's about the McCourts helping me realize to operate from that point of view of a successful, generous, godly businessman already, and not from the $15 an hour warehouse job where I was working at the time. He said, they helped me realize that I wasn't the person I was a few years ago, and to stop processing that identity. That identity led me in circles and to places I didn't want to be, and instead make decisions and have the emotions of the person who I want to be, and be that person now, not when I get there. But to be that type of man now. Outside of my family, the McCourts was one of my biggest cheerleaders at a time when I had so much doubt and fear. But they taught me to master my emotions by being a successful businessman now, in all caps. They taught me, Mike, how would you make decisions and think and move as a successful businessman right now? They pushed me to think bigger and then bigger. The McCourts have definitely been a godsend in my life, and I thank Jesus Christ for the perfect timing in meeting the McCourts.
Amen.
They're my friend, mentor, and coach, and he is hilarious. And quotation marks, he put, "This has not been written by ChatGPT." So that leads us right into the couple keys we're going to talk about. So the confidence piece of a beginning entrepreneur, a lot of times what affects our confidence is fear. So we're going to talk about fear. We're going to talk about comparison. We're going to talk about a lack of money and resources. And we're going to deal with those things today. So the first thing, fear, it's a real thing. It is really a real thing. And a lot of times as a beginner entrepreneur, our fear comes from how we think people closest to us, who opinions matters the most to us.
Wow.
How they're going to perceive us as we try to move forward in this idea and dream and vision that we have. So, for example, you might be working at a school. You might be working at a warehouse like Mike.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And the fear, one of the biggest fears is the fear of perception of those closest to you whose opinions you value the most.
Right.
Now, let me help you out with that, and then I'm gonna pass it to Pooh for a second. Now, her name is Shanice, but I call my wife Pooh. So,
Yes.
y'all call her Shanice, please. So that aspect of your friends, your family, seeing you in a different light, or seeing you try,
Right.
because you gotta
Right.
understand they're used to seeing you as I'm just say the employee, and you can plug in wherever you work. So
Right.
wherever you work, whatever the case may be,
Right.
they're used to, in their mind, used to seeing you there, and you as a beginner entrepreneur, you're used to seeing yourself there.
Right.
But you have a bigger ambition, you have a bigger drive. You don't want to just stay in that particular job situation that you're in. You want to start your own business, you want to start your own vision, whatever the case may be. And the way that you overcome that fear, the good news is really simple. It's really simple. And what you do is you start small, start where you are with what you have, and complete those small tasks. And also, insider's tip, a secret, I'm going to whisper it. Don't tell anybody
Your
too
business.
early. Don't tell the information too early.
That's right.
Don't tell the moves that you're trying to make as far as entrepreneurship too early, because early in this game, you got to get fully confident in yourself. And if you talk too early,
Right.
that doubt is going to make you doubt, because you're not all the way fully convinced and solid in your belief in your entrepreneurship journey just yet. You're not there. So
Right.
a word of wisdom would be to move in silence.
Yep.
And in that silence, with you moving, move small, but move consistent.
That's the word.
Move consistent.
Consistency is, I feel like that's my favorite word. But kind of getting back to what he's saying as far as, you're not letting everybody know your business or what you plan on doing, because the fear, those negative opinions, those negative thoughts, they will continue to penetrate the mind.
For sure.
And typically that leads you to not wanting to move forward and to continue, because everybody's not supposed to go where you're supposed to go.
Right.
And so a lot of times you will be ridiculed by doing it, and by doing what they feel you're supposed to do. Right. So as you're talking about making or taking small steps, yeah, it's true. Like, if you don't have it all together, but if you're saying, okay, I want to start a business, why don't you learn more about the business that you're trying to start?
That's starting small.
Yeah, and then you immerse yourself with the knowledge of what you're trying to do. All right. So if, say, for instance, you want to make $1 million in your business, or you want to create, if you're a product brand, just depending on, why don't you find somebody else who's done it before you?
Right.
And study them.
Right.
And study how they move, and study what they did, and trying to go from there. But again, starting small and keeping what you're doing to yourself until it's ready to be revealed.
There you go. That's the word.
Because when it's ready to be revealed, you really don't have to say much, because your work will show for itself.
Right.
And so we just have to remember that part. And once you remember that, then you can literally move forward without any type of negative feedback in your mind that will keep you behind.
Right. That's really solid, babe. That's really solid. And the second thing that jars at the confidence of beginner entrepreneurs is comparison. So I'm going to repeat the title one more time, and then I'm going to get into this comparison. So confidence is built, is not born.
Right.
So when we look at other people, like even when I look at other podcasts, when I look at other public speakers, when I look at other business coaches, I just be looking like, dang, like, man, I can do that. Like, I'm ready to get there. You dig what I'm saying? But, a lot of times we look at where these people are now that we like. Like, for example, I really like Alex Hormozi.
Oh, he's coming on the podcast.
Yeah, we're going to get Alex. I like Alex. I like Dave Ramsey.
Oh, I love Dave
I like
Ramsey.
Dave.
I
I don't
love
agree
Dave
with
Ramsey.
everything, but I do like Dave.
Yeah.
I love Myron Golden.
Oh, yeah, that's another
love
good
Myron.
one.
Yeah, I love David Shands.
Oh, yeah, he's good too.
But I'm dropping all those names because even me myself, I see myself because I watch them to listen and learn and really make the plays that they're talking about on the level where I'm at.
Right.
But I catch myself like just comparing like, dang, they got X amount of views. They got, but then for example, with Alex Hormozy, when you go back and do the homework, he been doing this for like 15 years.
I was about to
You know what I'm
say.
saying?
Yeah.
But that comparison, man, that comparison. When you go back to David Shands, David been doing it for like a solid 13 years or something like
Wow,
that.
right.
Freaking Myron Golden been doing it since the 80s.
Yeah.
Don't get me into Dave Ramsey. You know, I won't compare myself to Dave Ramsey, but
30 years.
you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But the comparison, y'all, when you're a beginner entrepreneur, and this is something that you have to consciously
Right.
be aware of, and when you find yourself comparing, shut it off, stop it, because it's going to jar at your confidence. It's going to make you just kind of second guess. It can discourage you. It's going to make you inconsistent at the end of the day. So I really want to encourage y'all, keep that comparison thing in the forefront of your mind. Stay conscious of that. So when you are doing it, you can catch yourself, you can stop it. Because at the end of the day, comparison diminishes your confidence and it makes you inconsistent. And it's not going to help you. At the end of the day, it's not going to help you.
That's right. And so even that too, because with these people now, like we said, they have had a lot of time in the game, and we don't know what they went through to get to the point that they are in now.
Seriously.
So nobody knows their beginning story, but they've all had some type of hard place that they started from.
Yeah.
And if they weren't consistent, or if they didn't have failures, they wouldn't be where they were. If where they are,
Right.
if they didn't take risks.
Yes.
Big risks,
Right.
they wouldn't be where they are. So that comparison, I know you talked about shutting it off, but you said to keep it in the forefront of your mind when you're, trying to immerse yourself in knowledge, or trying to see people on these levels with this, with this much success.
Right.
But what if it's a situation where it's not that easy to shut off? You get what I'm saying? As far as a comparison, what if it's
how do you handle that? Is that what you're asking?
Like how would you be able to say, okay, well, I know I'm not this person, but it's like you're longing to get there. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So even though you're not comparing, but I still believe that the drive that you see within, as you're looking at them, wanting to be like them, should be applied to what you're trying to do.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like you're comparing, but you're not comparing, because it's like, yeah, I want to be like them. I want to be like them. Okay, so I'm going to use all of this drive to push myself to be like them. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So it's like, okay, how do you turn it off? Well, maybe not completely turn it off. Maybe why don't you alter it into motivation?
That's good.
And to getting yourself to a different place where you're like, okay, if they're in the forefront of my mind, I know if I continue, then I'm going to get to where I need to be.
Right.
There's no such thing as overnight success.
Right.
Like, so if you think that, especially being a beginning entrepreneur, if you think that what you're doing now and you're not consistent is just going to get you overnight success, it's not the situation with any successful person that you're trying to be, right? So I just kind of wanted to make that clear. But again, when we talk about comparison, we should make that drive what you're trying to do. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I what I was going to piggyback and say is, you put that energy and that drive and that focus into the next right now thing,
right,
that you can do, that's realistic, that's within your means, because
right.
there's always something that you can do right now that's within your means. So with that being said, we're going to take a real quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and we're going to hop into this lack of money aspect, which diminishes confidence and causes inconsistency as well.
Right.
So with that said, we'll be right, BACK.
Hello, I'm Samari McCord. I'm a student athlete at Marshall University and a motivational speaker. I run the 100 and 200 meter dash and the 4x100 meter relay. I have completed my freshman year at Marshall University with a 3.4 GPA. During this time, I have been fortunate enough to break the 4x100 meter school record and place top 5 all time in my respective events. If you would like to come along with me on this journey, you can visit my NIL shop and purchase your merchandise today. Go to www.themccordspeak.com, click on Samari's NIL tab, and get your merchandise today.
So the next thing that affects our confidence as beginner entrepreneurs is a lot of times it's a lack of money and a lack of resources, especially when you're very first starting out. And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the beginner entrepreneur that you either have this idea in your head or you're at a point where you do have things set up legally, but you don't have any customers yet. You're still at the very beginning phase. You're still working on your job every day.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And the money that you have is legitimately just for your bills. So it's two ways to deal with that in a way that it builds your confidence. And I'm gonna give you the way that builds my confidence. And I know from the outside looking in, like I was telling my wife earlier today, it looks like I'm just naturally confident, and it can really look like I'm naturally confident. I'm just naturally really sure about myself, especially when it comes to business and entrepreneurship.
Right.
But again, I wasn't born with that. It was built. How was it built? It was built for me doing things right now within my means consistently, because when you accomplish small tasks, okay, let me give you an example. I'm gonna bring it to real life a little bit more. So the testimony that we got from my friend. So I just remember talking to him. Here we go again, just about the mental, emotional aspect of what he was doing or trying to do in his private equity company, and I was just talking to him about just the mental aspect. We didn't talk strategy because I don't know the business to talk strategy. I don't know the business to talk numbers. I don't know the business to talk market. I don't know the business, but I do know the mental, emotional aspect, what you must have. And I was just telling him, like, focus over your emotions. Those are emotions. I remember talking to him about practical things. Okay, how many people are you reaching out to per day? Are you tracking that? When you actually go to work, because we work from home, like, what are you wearing? Are you wearing just regular clothes around the house, or are you like actually getting dressed?
Right.
Like those little things, little did I know, it was making big changes and big shifts in his mind. But that's what I'm talking about. That cost me no money to do that. But that built my confidence, because then when he came back with the testimony, I'm like, dang, we did all that.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
When it comes to money and resources as a beginner entrepreneur, do what you can with what you have. And the key word is right now.
That's right. And so let's talk a little bit about that more, because even though, Tony he does the car sales and things like that, and, that would consider him to be an entrepreneur. But again, he works for Volkswagen. Right. Now, us doing this right here, you know what I mean? We started from a certain place. We did not have all of the resources together. We started off very small. We just little things. If it was just setting up the equipment to do the podcast, immersing ourselves in those big hitters that we mentioned earlier in the podcast,
writing it down, just flat out writing it down. That costs you $7.
Yes,
a notepad and a pen.
Right. Doing the trainings, we have access to so much stuff on the internet, YouTube. We have ChatGPT. We have
for sure
everything that
for
I mean
sure.
you
These
could possibly
free resources.
Yeah. that you can do now. You don't have to sign up for a big program right now. You can do the free resources. It's all out there for you all. So that's what I mean, taking advantage of that. And what you can do right now is always helpful, because again, that's how you stay consistent.
That's the word, man.
Because you are, with all of the knowledge that you're allowing yourself to immerse in, you're going to realize that it's going to be a mindset shift, literally.
Yeah.
Then you're going to start imagining yourself in that place. Because being an employee and not an entrepreneur, it's like you still, as a beginner entrepreneur, you're still trying to shift. You're still trying to see. It's like you have a vision in mind.
Seriously.
Yeah, you have a vision in mind. You're like, okay, I think I can try this. I think I can do this. But when you immerse yourself, literally, you will put yourself where you want to be on a consistent basis. Then that's when the confidence kind of comes in, and you're like, I could do this. I could do this for real. It's really not that hard. Like if I just take a step at a time, like I could really do this.
That's the game, though.
And then when you get like one win or two wins, right? You get a customer, you get one customer. Look how happy we are. We got a testimonial.
Right.
We over here like, we got to say the testimonial in the podcast. We got to be like, ooh, wee. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, it's like a confidence builder. Like, oh my gosh, all I did was tell the man to put on some clothes when he's doing business at home, and to what else did you say? You said
we talked about nothing freaking sophisticated.
Right.
I'll use a really big word. We talked about nothing sophisticated. We talked about what he was wearing. At the end of the day, we really dealt with mindset and emotions.
That's right. It. And I'm telling you, when your mindset shifts, that is a key component.
That's it.
When your mindset shifts, then you can again, it's a confidence booster, and you literally can take it on, because you see yourself there. And once you see yourself there, there's no turning back. It doesn't matter how many failures you have. Once you can literally see yourself in that position, that's a strong place to be. That's a strong place to be. So as a beginner entrepreneur, that is really important to immerse yourself in or who you're trying to be.
For sure. That part. That part. Yeah. And with that being said, we're going to take one more commercial break, and we're going to get into the end of this. We're going to put a bow tie on it.
That's right.
We're going to give you the how to apply these tools that we just gave you, how to apply these keys, and we're going to get out your way. We'll be right back.
See ya.
Hey, beginner entrepreneurs, don't let emotions run your business. Each week, we will send you free tips and insights to help you stay focused, consistent, and emotionally strong while you build your dream. You will also get alerts weekly when a new episode is available. Also, when you sign up, you'll be the first to get our free ebook as soon as it's released. From chaos to clarity, the secrets to emotional stability every beginner entrepreneur needs. Join our community today. Click the link in the description and let's build your emotional foundation for success.
So now, when it dealt with this fear, when it dealt with this fear, when it dealt with this comparison,
that's right.
When it dealt with this money issue, this capital issue, when it dealt with it, now how do we apply this information? How do we apply these keys? If you've been watching this podcast for any length of time, you already know what's about to come out of my mouth. Say it with me, babe.
Focus over your emotions.
Now, let me help you out with that, because fear is it's an emotion.
Right.
Comparison, it definitely affects your emotions.
Right.
And money, oh God, lack of capital or money or resources, it definitely affects your emotions. So you have to, number one, in a three-step process, identify how you're feeling.
Right.
Are you discouraged? Are you intimidated? Are you because intimidation is a real thing.
That is real.
As a beginner entrepreneur.
That's real. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Identify that. And when I say identify, like, be okay, like, allow yourself to be okay with feeling that way.
That's right.
What I'm saying is, don't condemn yourself. Don't feel like because you feel timid or you feel intimidated or you feel scared, or you feel unsure, or you feel discouraged, like it just feels like a really big task, and like, how am I really gonna do this?
Right.
It's okay to feel like that because it's human nature. I'm gonna give you something. I guarantee you, Truett Cathy, when he first started Chick-fil-A, I guarantee he had the same feelings.
Of course he did.
Because you want to know how I know? Because he's a human. And
Right.
we all have these emotions.
Right.
Jeff Bezos, I guarantee you, at some point in the game, he felt like that about Amazon. Sam Walton, I guarantee you, at some point, he felt like that about Walmart.
Right.
You did want to say he had these same emotions that we're talking about right now as beginner entrepreneurs. So to identify that, allow yourself to be okay with feeling that way. But now, number 2 is you got to understand your emotions are what? They're not logical.
That's right.
They're not practical. They're not rational. And a lot of times, human nature, our emotions is the most effective, skillful liars. I'm going to repeat that. Most of the time, our emotions are the most effective, skillful liars because they're not rational, they're not logical, and they're not practical. So you got to understand that. You identify your emotion, how you feeling, and then you got to understand, okay, but this is not the truth, though. This is not the truth. This is a feeling, but just because it's a feeling don't mean it's the truth. I'm going to tell you what the truth is. The truth is you need to do number 3. And what's number 3? Focus. Focus on what? Focus on the right now thing that you can do, and you focus on that consistently. So what does that look like for us? I'm bringing you guys into our world so that you can get a real life example of what it looks like. Okay, so when me and Pooh first talked about the podcast, we first talked about the speaker being public speakers or motivational speakers, however you want to title it. When we talked about business coaching, there was an emotion, a feeling of uncertainty.
Yeah, for sure. Because number 1, just that aspect of even envisioning myself in that realm was definitely uncertain. It's just like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Like, what? This makes absolutely no sense.
And y'all got to know how I come off. Like, I be like, babe, like, look, all we got to do, babe.
He's so animated,
babe,
y'all.
we gonna, look, babe, listen, look, babe, look, all we got to do, babe, we're going to run this play right here. We're going to do the podcast, all right? And we're going to do the podcast till Jesus come back. Now, in the meantime, by the time he come back, babe, we're going to get booked. We're going to get booked for speaking engagements. And then, babe, we're going to be able to teach people, like, just the beginning basis of entrepreneurship. But, babe, we not even going to focus on the money. We're going to focus on the mind and emotion. Babe, so you know how I come off.
Oh my gosh.
She just, the first couple conversations, man, it was a lot for her. I ain't gonna lie.
It was so much, because I'm just like, what are you saying? What's happening? Like, what? Like, what are you doing? Why are we doing this? What are you saying? What? Yeah. And then literally, he's right. It did take a couple conversations for me to be sold on the idea. Because again, he's extrovert by nature, and I'm more of an introvert by nature. So, I'm like, I ain't want to talk in front of people. What you got me in front of a camera? Like, what you babe, you got a good voice. Wait, you can do this.
I'm like, babe, your voice way better than mine. You look way better than me. You perfect for the camera. And I'm like, what are you saying?
Like, absolutely not. So,
yeah,
here we are.
But number 2, we both collectively had to understand, okay, these are emotions, though. This is not the truth.
That's
you
right.
dig what I'm saying? It's not
That's
the
right.
truth. And let's look at the practicality of it. And then we got confirmation. I'm going to just say from an outside source, from a third party, about the very thing that we talked about in detail.
Yeah, it was legitimately confirmation.
Yeah, and I'm like, there it is right there. And then so what does number 3 look like? What does the focus look like? Focus looks like, okay, babe, we're going to get some notepads. We're going to write down. You dig what I'm saying? When ideas come to your mind, write it down, text it to me. Like, let's talk about the business, okay? Let's figure out what we need to podcast.
That's right.
You dig what I'm saying?
That's right.
Let's like I said in the podcast before, we're gonna do a photo shoot with the family. We're gonna move this stuff off the wall. We're gonna take some pictures with your phone and have somebody edit it. Like,
and that's what we did.
That when we had a whole photo shoot.
That's right.
But we got but we have a professional professional digital presentation now, though.
That's right.
And that's what focus over your emotions looks like.
Right.
And that's what it looks like to start where you are with what you have.
That's right.
And do that consistently.
That's right.
Because confidence is built. You're not born with it typically.
Right.
And these were the keys for beginner entrepreneurs. I sincerely hope that you guys apply this. I hope it makes sense.
Right.
And I can't guarantee you this, though. I can guarantee you this. So we're not here to increase your money or teach you how to increase your money. We're not here to teach you strategy. We're not here to teach you marketing. I'm not here because I don't really know that stuff. I'm gonna tell you what I do know, though. I'm gonna tell you what we do know. I know for a fact the information that you have right now, if you were to achieve any kind of mental and emotional stability and consistency, that information you have right now, you will be able to apply, and I guarantee you will get some kind of result.
That's right.
I guarantee it. And there's no way you can keep applying and at some point not run into some money and opportunities.
I was going to say, right. Like, I know you say you don't guarantee this, but listen, I'm going to say, because that's his opinion, but I'm going to say,
I'm with you.
I guarantee.
Well, I guarantee it too.
If you do these 3 simple things, these 3 simple steps, 100% of the time, shoot, even 98% of the time, there is not a possibility, but there is guaranteed success.
Yeah, for sure.
Because once you have the strategies and knowledge of the marketing piece, the advertising piece, the system, whatever else you need to run the business, along with the mental stability.
First.
Then I'm telling you, you are going to be successful.
I guarantee.
Because let me tell you, you're probably 2% of the population.
Wow, which is very true.
Yeah,
very true.
Or maybe 3% of the population.
Very true.
I mean, it's a very
small.
It's very small. It's very small. Because when you're winning, it's harder to win. It's so hard to win because you have to make a daily decision, as we talked about in episodes before. To be consistent about doing the right thing, just doing the right thing, period. You have to, I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy.
That's
so
true.
The average person doesn't do it on a consistent basis because it gets hard.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, if you get past it, focus over your emotions.
That part.
There is guaranteed results.
You're right. You're 100% right. I agree with you 100% on that. I agree with 100%. And with that being said, any closing remarks, babe, or was that your closing remark?
Yeah, I'm gonna just cap it off right there because that was it.
Okay. Yeah, that was tough though. That was tough. that was solid, man. That was solid. I mean, that is what we do daily.
Right.
That's what we do. That breakdown, identify, understand how we feeling. This is not, a lot of times it's not truth, and focus on the right now thing, the right now play, and run that play.
And one more thing before we do close, and it's always good to have, you don't have to have a lot of people in your circle, but you do need to have if it's one person or maybe 2 people that you really trust in and that you really can confide in, because sometimes, we may not be strong enough to do all of these steps on a continuous basis, but if we have somebody that we can go back and forth with, because I know with me, me and my baby, when we go back and like when my weak moments, he's strong, so he'll kind of talk me through, he'll tell me like, okay, these are just emotions, like that's not the truth. And the same vice versa with him. When he's feeling a certain type of way, then I could tell him like, no, this is not the truth, and yada, what I'm saying, going from there. So if you can have somebody in your circle that's really committed to your vision, they don't have to know everything that you're doing, but that's somebody that can pour into you the same way you can pour into them. You make sure you keep them around so you guys can kind of encourage each other and help each other stay strong in this journey.
Right. And the thing I'm gonna add to that too, if you don't have anybody, trust me, as you continue to go along the process of doing what you're doing and doing what we're talking about, you're going to run into the right person. So if you don't have anybody, like, I don't have nobody I can trust, it's okay.
Right.
I guarantee you, focus on what we just told you and apply that. You're going to run into the right person. I guarantee, because you attract who you're becoming. You attract that. I guarantee
that's
it.
good.
Seriously. But with that said, I'm going to put a bow tie on. We're going to get up out of here because we can keep digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. And to be completely transparent, the app what we upload this podcast on, we ain't got so much time, so we got to get up off here.
See, that's talk about being resourceful. See, being resourceful.
For real. But with that said, man, we will be back next week. It's your boy Judah and my baby girl Pooh. It's been a Game of Emotions podcast. We are GONE gone.
Hey, beginner entrepreneurs, don't let emotions run your business. Each week, we will send you free tips and insights to help you stay focused, consistent, and emotionally strong while you build your dream. You will also get alerts weekly when a new episode is available. Also, when you sign up, you'll be the first to get our free ebook as soon as it's released. From chaos to clarity, the secrets to emotional stability every beginner entrepreneur needs. Join our community today. Click the link in the description and let's build your emotional foundation for success.